All right, so find that cozy seated posture, and again, we'll just get started by closing the eyes just to really allow ourselves to arrive here and now before we start with the shamatha technique. So gently draw your eyes closed. You can just place the hands in the lap or maybe on the legs, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's take a couple moments to just truly arrive here and now in whatever room you're in. So take a moment, feel the ground beneath your seat. So maybe you just add little gentle rocks forward and back, or maybe even side to side. Really feel the connection of the ground beneath you. Just observe it. Maybe over time those rocks get a little smaller. Eventually, allow yourself to arrive with the shoulders stacked directly over your hips. And take a moment to observe what you hear in the space around you. So bring your awareness to your ears and just notice for a couple moments everything that you hear in the space, the room that you're in. Just observe. And take a moment, transfer your awareness now to any exposed skin. So notice how the air in the room around you feels. Is it a little cool? Is it a little humid? Is it warm? Just notice, let yourself feel into the space around you. How does the air feel on your skin? Then begin to bring your awareness to the sense of smell. So take a couple moments breathing in and out and just notice if you smell anything in the air around you. Maybe it's subtle, maybe there's something that you actually pick up on, but again, just let yourself come in through the sense of smell now. And as you have begun to bring in the space around you through some of your senses, how would you now more esoterically describe the energy of the space? How here and now feels for you? What does the space feel like energetically? And just notice whatever came up for you. And this is here and now. So a lot of the times our mind likes to take us outside of this space. It can take us on all these stories and different segues. But any time that we want to truly arrive back to where we are, we can begin to bring it in through our senses, because our senses take in everything that's happening right here and now, though the mind may take us everywhere else. So with that being said, maybe introducing a theme for the week that anytime you feel yourself getting flustered or just overwhelmed, that you can always come back to here and now through the sense of smell, hearing, tasting, touching, whatever it is, and just feeling into the space around you, because that's what's real right now. So we'll gently transition to our shamatha technique. So if you haven't already, just gently rest your hands face down on the thighs or just above the knees. And begin to now bring in another sense, so vision back into the picture by peeling your eyes open. Look down towards the ground in front of you, about 3 to 6 feet in front of you. And observe and notice what you see. But as you begin to observe, just allow the eyes to gently soften. So allow the visual field to enter through the eyes, rather than gripping and trying to stare at one thing in particular. Almost imagine that there's an infinite horizontal line in front of you that you're trying to see as much of as you can. And before we truly jump into the technique, I will set our timer for us. So once again, bring your awareness to the base of your body. Feel the steadiness of the ground underneath your legs, under the sits bones and the hips, and allow yourself to surrender your weight down. Begin to strengthen the back body, so lift up every vertebra, stacking them one on top of another. Take your time, really intricately work up the spine. Feel yourself grow in height as you lift through the vertebra. The back is strong as it supports you. Though we're lifted, those shoulders relax down away from the ears, so soften the shoulder blades, the shoulders. Let them fall heavily. And allow the arms to follow, so let them just kind of sink down as they hang in space. The elbows just rest by your sides. And allow the hands to sink towards your legs, so release any gripping from the fingertips. Soften the hands, just let them be. Begin to soften the front body. So we have a strong, steady back body, but it allows us to open the heart. So soften the chest, relax the heart space. Soften the rib cage and allow your belly to just naturally settle. So if you tend to pull the belly button in towards the spine, let it relax. Just let the belly swell out. Lift through the neck, so the sides of the neck, the front and the back get slightly taller up towards the ceiling, so much so that the chin's about parallel with the ground beneath you. Lift through the crown of the head, so the head lifts towards the ethers. We have that grounded base, the strong, steady spine, yet the light, lifted head. So stay light, stay soft in the head space. And allow the forehead to relax, the eyebrows soften. Relax the temples as the eyes just kind of sink back towards the skull a bit, softening the gaze even a little bit more. Relax the cheekbones, soften the jaw. Allow the lips to relax. If the teeth soften, the lips might even slightly part, and that's okay. Gently float the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And begin to connect with your beautiful inhales and exhales. Navigate to the feeling of your breath in your body. So when we arrived here, we allowed ourselves to come to our external environment, the space around us. Use the breath to begin to bring you even further inwards towards your body. So maybe you begin to feel the quality of every inhale and exhale within the nostrils. Maybe you notice the breath lift and lower the chest with the inhales and exhales. Or maybe you feel the lungs expand and contract through the rib cage or possibly even the belly. Allow your gaze to go inwards as you simply feel and ride the wave of every breath. Notice where you feel the breath throughout every inhale and exhale. Maybe you even notice that gentle pause between the two, or you just find the gentle gradient between the inhales and exhales when one becomes the other. Notice, observe, just let yourself sink into the breath. Let everything else dissipate to the background. Now, as you're here, there's two types of thoughts that may arise. One type of thought will just sound like neighbors talking next door. You can kind of make out what they're saying, but your awareness is still on the breath. We're just going to let those be. If, however, it sounds like somebody's knocking on your front door and you decide to open it and begin to converse, the thoughts that truly take you away from the breath and feeling those inhales and exhales, we're going to call that thinking, close the door, and find our way back to the breath. So neither is better or worse than the other. It's just qualities of the mind, and they will happen, and that is okay. That's the mind's job. But when you notice those happening, again, either find your way back completely or just let it be. We're just here to be with ourselves, to notice how our minds work, and to feel the breath being in the body. So take the next couple moments, practice the technique, and just observe. Notice that no matter how many times we have to come back to the breath, that's the practice. So take your time, feel the breath, and when you drift away, simply come on back. Gently begin to bring your practice to a close. Maybe you kind of wiggle the body a bit or close the eyes. Take some big breaths, just whatever feels good for you. We'll eventually meet up with the eyes closed and palms touching at heart center. Take your time. And observe yet again your internal landscape. Bring your awareness to your mind, to your head space. Notice how it feels. Maybe you come up with a word to describe the state of your mind, just to make it more tangible. Just notice what you feel. Direct your awareness to the body now. Observe, notice. What do you feel right now? Gently tune in to your emotional well-being. What emotion do you feel right in this moment? Again, just observe, notice, and let it be. Gently give yourself a smile and truly thank yourself for showing up here tonight, for dedicating your time to your practice, your health, your life. And thank you very much for sharing your beautiful energy with me and everybody else who joined tonight. So thank you very much. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.